I'm sure by now you've noticed in these videos that you may have to turn up your volume quite a bit. One of the symptoms, the non-motor symptoms of Parkinson's is speech issues. And it comes in a variety of different things because it affects the nerves and muscles that work the vocal cords and the jaw and just the throat and mouth area in general, which is what causes the expressionlessness sometimes. So it comes out, sometimes the speech will come out very slurred and very soft. I notice that sometimes it's hard for people to hear me or to understand me because I'll slur my words a little bit. The speech thing has really been one of the probably biggest non-motor things that I deal with. I have to really work at speaking loudly. Something that was it was one of those non-motor symptoms that was an issue that I didn't know about until after my diagnosis and educating myself on this disease. I remember, months before even seeing the neurologist, my wife was saying, "Why are you mumbling? Why are you, what? I can't, you have to speak up." And it wasn't the typical married thing where, I was trying to talk to her from 3 rooms away while she's washing dishes with water running. You know how married people communicate. It's a lot of yelling, "What?" from 5 rooms away with every possible noise in between. But this was like face to face. She goes, "I can't hear what you need to speak clearer." It becomes an issue sometimes. And I live in a very rural area and I'm not aware of any speech therapists or speech and vocal coaches or whatever that are in the area. I need to do my research, but I believe the nearest one is about an hour or so away. So I'm gonna have to figure out either some online, like Skype sessions or something to help do vocal exercises to really work through this, because just like for the motor functions, the rigidity and the movements, muscles and everything like that, the physical exercises, right, going to the gym, walking, all that stuff is good to help slow the progression of the disease on that front. There's also vocal exercises that you can do that helps with that side of it. It needs to be worked out just like everything else. So some of the issues that I have is I speak a lot softer. A great way as a parent to make sure that you are getting your vocal cords worked is just allow your kids to play with Legos and then walk barefoot around the house. You'll get that volume pretty quick. But yeah, sometimes my voice will get real soft, get really slurred. It'll either be very monotone or very almost like I'm trying to fight through it, and so I'll end up sounding a little bit like Christopher Walken. Hello, how are you? Just kind of all up and down the place. "Oh, you're talking to my man. Oh, wrong." It's the worst Christopher Walken impression you're gonna hear all day. And then other times, I'll be really soft and kind of come out a little bit like Pooh Bear. "Hello, Christopher Robin. Do you have any honey?" Vocal exercises are important because I only work about 2-3 minutes from home. I don't get the opportunity to just belt out my favorite songs at the top of my lungs on the radio. So I'm gonna have to start working on some way to really get my going and really loosen these up and work on this. But it's a hindrance for me, not just in personal communication, but also at work. Taking a call from a customer or a vendor or a coworker, and just having to really work through speaking at a volume and a tone that they can understand, but also in ways that are not taken the wrong way. You know, in life, we communicate not just through verbal words, but also through the tones. And so when you are not giving much inflection in your tone or your volume, it can be read a certain way. Is not how it's really intended. It's kind of like speaking in text mode, text to voice mode. You know, having AI read it back to you with no context whatsoever. The vocal thing is a big one, and when I start my off period, as you've seen, that's when it really hits me the most. I do drool. That's one of the early signs for me that I'm getting low and dipping into an off period. Is I'll start to get a little bit of drool because I'm not swallowing. I don't have as much control over this as I would like. Vocal exercises are going to be huge for me moving forward. As someone who obviously likes to talk, and I like to tell stories and be the guy, being able to communicate effectively verbally is going to be something that I really need to work on a lot. So I'm going to find some tricks, I'm going to find some tips, I'm going to find some online things, and maybe hopefully I can come back and share some of the things that I've learned and maybe show you some examples. So don't worry, we got this.